In 2002, when I first was considering a run for the legislature, I did so because of my strong belief that Vermonters have a deeply held commitment to one another to foster a climate in which we build strong schools, close-knit communities, and a robust economy. I know I can speak for those around me today when I say that every day we serve, that commitment to each other is our driving motivation, especially when times are tough. We are in year 2 of a 3-year downturn, one that has had an effect on all Vermonters. For the 2nd year in a row, the House has passed a responsible, balanced budget that keeps our commitment to each other. Let me talk specifically about this year's budget. With collaboration with the teachers, state employees, advocates, and many others, the House passed a budget with tripartisan support, which restored funding to keep our elderly from being forced into nursing homes, maintained our commitment to providing quality health care for all Vermonters, and ensured that disabled children could get the help they so badly need. But we have more work to do. Today, the House will vote on a bill that reaffirms our commitment to avoid cuts to services that would affect our most vulnerable friends and neighbors, but also understands that we have a continued commitment to provide efficient and effective services to Vermonters. The Challenges for Change 2 bill will continue the process to move towards government that is able to keep up the promise that we have made to Vermonters. And that promise is that when we spend our dollars, we will get outcomes that Vermonters expect. As directed by the legislature in the Challenges 1 bill, the governor reported back to us 2 weeks ago with recommendations of how to redesign state government to achieve better outcomes. Since then, the committees of jurisdiction have been working feverishly and diligently with those most affected by the proposals to see what works, what needs work, and what we may just not be able to do. There were some proposals that were innovative and truly in line with the Challenges for Change process and spirit. The committees of jurisdiction embraced those ideas. Those ideas like care management programs, blueprint of for health expansion, clinical utilization review boards, other ideas in the corrections system. There were others that seemed to contradict the challenges, and in those instances, we decided not to move forward with them. For instance, some of the ideas around mandatory consolidation and getting rid of the regional development corporations did not seem to be well thought through or well vetted. That may be because there was a short period of time within which to work. And in some areas, particularly around the area of services provided for economic development, we have asked people to go back and take a further look to see whether we can do more in those areas. I'm proud of the work that the House has done, and it has been on a tripartisan effort. And we have more work to do. We know that when we pass the Challenges bill today, we will need to continue our work. We have not completed the goal. We know that we have additional savings to find and to meet. But in that process, and as we move forward, we will continue our focus on outcomes, and we will also continue our focus on the fact that we all share a commitment to Vermonters. And we have a commitment to each other that in times of trouble, we need to ensure that people get what they need. We understand that there are some who are concerned about what happens from here. We have been listening to people as they have put forth their ideas over the last few weeks, and in most instances and in many instances, we have incorporated the thoughts of others into the challenges bill. And that will continue today. Today, we will offer an amendment that was first proposed by another member to ensure that the legislature continues to be able to weigh in on the administration's redesign proposals going forward. That amendment will call for the legislature to come back to work on July 22nd to review and make the necessary changes in statute should the legislature leave in May or April without the $38 million filled. We know that the Senate will continue to work on this process, but if we are not done when we leave, we will take the opportunity and we will maintain our obligation for the proper oversight by coming back on July 22nd. We've chosen that date because we know that the administration is set to report again on July 1st of this year with additional proposals. And that will give us enough time to review those proposals and vet them in the committees of jurisdiction if necessary, so that we can move forward with any statutory changes that may be needed. It also is a date that is set after we have an understanding of our revenue picture for the end of fiscal year 10. And so we'll understand where we are with regard to our budget.